What's up, guys? This is Steve from Raleigh E-Foils. So we're doing a wetsuit review today. I think this is Monera. Maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong. Can't really see it. I already got it on. Let's see, and then be backwards. Yeah, Monera. I'm gonna go with that. This is the what 4-3 Seafarer. Brand new wetsuit for me. Saw it on sale at Real Water Sports. Like the look, don't like the typical black ones, and they had good reviews, so I figured I'd start here. So far, putting it on, fits good. I feel super flexible. It slid on very easily. It is like a front zip. So the first time I tried it on, I kind of freaked out a little bit trying to get my freaking wide shoulders out of this thing. But anyway, so we're going out today on the 4.2 V4 E-Foil lift. The air temperature on the way here was about 65 degrees, 63 to 65. It's like mid-October. It's about, I think around noon, like 11:30 noon out here at Jordan Lake, Ebenezer Ramp, our favorite spot. I see a bunch of sailboats out there. So we'll see how it goes. I'll check in like in 30 minutes. Just kind of my input on how I feel, if I'm cold or, if I'm hot. I mean, my current experience has been, I tend to start wearing a wetsuit sooner than most. I'll have my spring suit, like it's a little $60 Amazon shorty suit that I wear, and I'll start wearing that thing like in August. But I just don't like being cold. So I'll give you updates along the ride and see how it goes. All right, so first impressions. Just got in the water in the shady side of the ramp. My feet are not cold. Usually my feet are cold when I first get in the water. And I have no booties or anything, and I'm just kind of giving you that as a reference for how the rest of the wetsuit is feeling. I got lucky with the orange blending in with my fancy Follow Division impact vest that may or may not be Coast Guard approved. Of course, if you're out here riding, always wear a Coast Guard approved life vest. In my experience though, it has been that wetsuits with the impact vest, you have more buoyancy. So I'm legit just floating just fine right now. No effort, so I have plenty of buoyancy. But yes, never know what can happen when you're out here riding by yourself. But people do know where I'm at, so just be smart about it. All right, so yeah, while we're at it, we'll update the remote. So I don't have my watch on right now, so I'm going to reset my trip meter. You see the timer at the bottom. There we go, we're at zeros. So far, I feel pretty good. Something tells me I'm going to be in the water a lot today, because that is the cool thing about having a wetsuit on, is when you do get hot, you just get in the water and swim for a little bit. That's the whole reason I come out here. I mean, I love riding, but I got to get out here and swim on a regular basis or my back starts getting really sore, the hamstrings and all the not good stuff will getting old. Get out here and just swim is like the best exercise. So cool, let's have some fun. So there's a little chill, so I'm like, I didn't get really all that wet, and now that I'm up riding, I do have like a little wind chill to it. We'll see how this goes on. During my first kiteboarding lessons at Real Water Sports, I think my coach Jason at the time, they pointed out that the neoprene in the wetsuits is good for retaining the heat, but like the wind will just chill you down to your bones. So I tend to have I got like an Adidas freaking pullover, like windbreaker thing. And actually, we got a couple of Raleigh E-Foil ones. I might break those out for tomorrow when we come out. But I remember when I was doing my kiteboarding lesson, and again, this was like freaking Easter time, like 10 years ago. But it was like 50 degrees out there, air temperature. We're riding in the sound. And I had my Billabong, I think, full suit. And I still got that, and we'll do a little review with it after a while just to compare the difference in old and new technology. Might even put it on to see how much colder I get one day. But anyway, I was freezing my tail off, and I bought a little windbreaker they had in the store. Man, that made all the difference. Even when that windbreaker would get wet, I mean, just the way it would shield you from the wind. I keep that in the boat, or in my usual bag, is in my backpack. Beautiful girls end up borrowing it every once in a while on that ride back, that cold ride back into the boat at the end of the day. Hopefully definitely we know our new Malibu will have a nice heater in it and a nice hot water shower on the back of it. So that should extend the season a bit more. Maybe not on E-Foils, but coming out in the water, get out and surf behind the boat some, and then get back in and warm up. Anyway, let's stop talking. Let's enjoy this ride. Keeps tracking times like the remote timed out, so let's see, it says 8 minutes, so say 10 minutes I've been out here. Stop, talk to the nice sailboat people that's having the little race. Of course they had E-Foil questions. I'm like, hey, we do lessons. But anyway, hung out in the water for a little bit. Very little, if any, water came into the wetsuit. I'm super warm, super comfy, a little bit of wind chill on my arms. But alright, I'm out here having a good time. Hey, it's not a bad thing. So, my thoughts on peeing in a wetsuit. So I'll say this. So when I learned how to kiteboard, like I said, it was like 2013 when I learned how to kiteboard. They were like, yeah, just go ahead and pee in your wetsuit, because you're in the water like all day long when you're kiteboarding. So what's kind of different though is when you get around the wakeboarding scene, where you're not in the water near as much, and you kind of jump out of the boat, get on the board, and then get back in the boat. It is very uncommon to pee in a wetsuit. And I was talking to Adam at AF Wake, and he made the comment. He had a super nice wetsuit there. I almost picked that one up. I just decided to give my old one another season. But in his comments were, something like this, very similar to what I'm wearing now. If you pee in that, when you take off your wetsuit, that pee's still going to be sitting there. It doesn't flush out as well. And so far, I agree with what he had to say. I feel like if I did pee in this, there would be a bubble, and it would be there until I take the wetsuit off. Now, that being said, this is a brand new wetsuit. I peed before I got in the water. It is what it is. I guess it'd be the same as wearing a dry suit. But now, when I'm wearing like my shorty, and it's a little bit easier to flush that one out. It doesn't have, like this one has the quilted lining in it, which I'll do a little overview of the wetsuit once we get out of the water. I just kind of skipped that part when I got here today. But yeah, so this has got the lining in it. I would be kind of, yeah, brand new, fancy, fluffy lining. Let's not pee on it yet. I'm sure the time will come and we'll discuss it. You know, stuff you come to our YouTube channel for, to look at the important things, like should you pee in your wetsuit or not. But I would say about 80% of the people, I ask about everybody that I see now. It's kind of like a funny thing to me. And I'd say 80% of the people laugh and say they pee in their wetsuit. Except for Alan. He said it's not fun to pee in a dry suit, so I don't recommend it. Alright, so we're 45 minutes in. Still happy with my wetsuit choice. Wondering if this fast fisherman is yet. He looks like he's going to slow down. I got scolded in a joking manner from another bass fisherman about not making a wake in the wake zone, because we don't make wakes. But anyway, so 45 minutes in, 36% on my battery. I've ridden 7 miles. Still just a slight wind chill. Other than that, I'm comfortable. I'm happy. Yep. Definitely making a wake. That's okay. Doesn't bother me. He can make a wake over there all he wants. I will stay out of his wake. Let's ride this thing till about, we'll go to 20%. So that should be a nice hour of riding. I've been in the water, I don't know, probably every 10 minutes I'm ended up in the water. By choice, of course, because I need to swim and stretch out. Not because I fell when I was trying to surf a boat wake or anything. Or that time I tried to pick my nose with the camera thing, or when I made my switch stance. So we're not talking about any of those times that I fell. We're just talking about the, you know, when I went swimming a little bit to test the wetsuit. Super blessed. Loving it out here. Alright people, so we still out here riding 46 minutes. But as I was joking around about riding switch, I figured, hey, what the heck, let's try a stance change while riding and see if I can either capture it on camera or capture me busting my tail on camera. Alright, so the way I'm going to do it is I let off my power a little bit, kind of slow down. Alright, get the board so the board's on the water. Like I was saying, so the board's on the water. Shift your feet. Look at that, people. Whoop. Yep, in there. I almost had it. I was down on power level 4. I should have probably bumped it up to 5, but honestly my foot was asleep, so I did the switch. I didn't bust my tail, just kind of sunk the board. It's a good excuse to get in the water again. Other note is, no, I have not peed in this wetsuit yet. However, right now, yes, I am fighting it. And I figure we'll do the overview of the wetsuit before that time comes. Tomorrow we may test that theory out for peeing in the wetsuits. We plan to be in the water all day tomorrow, so we'll see. Alright, last update before I get off the water. This is wetsuit check-in and battery check-in. So I guess we'll combine this video into 2 different videos. Anyway. Alright, so we've been riding 55 minutes. Getting down to 18%. I'm going to call it good. Slight chill on the back of my wetsuit, I guess, for the wind's blowing on it right now. Alright, we're good. Hopefully I don't bother these fishermen too much that are fishing that boat ramp that I gotta go in on. Alright, so we've been riding for about an hour. I'm still comfortable. It's, I don't know, 74. It's not really that cold out. Definitely not that warm. But now for the fun part. Front zip wetsuit. See how this goes. You're not getting the full Monty, but you'll see the fun part. Alright. The catch with these, the more flexible a wetsuit is, the more fragile it is, and you can easily just like rip your fingers through it. So, kind of roll my shoulder out. Oh, by the way, this is, I still feel super flexible. Nice and comfortable. But I'll pull out this arm. I figured this out in the bedroom the other day. Starting to loosen up now. Oh my goodness. There we go. Alright, now the rest of it's easy. Again, it's just trying not to rip this thing off. Pull it bigger up top than most, I think. Yeah, I would definitely say this is the downside. Just like everything. There we go. That's the trick. Alright. That's all you get. Next step. That's my OnlyFans. We'll see you there soon. Hey, so just following up on a couple other reviews I've already done, just comparing older technology wetsuit to newer technology. And honestly, I don't even know like the technology difference in the two. But I've learned a little bit from watching YouTube videos on wetsuits to compare them a little bit. This is my Billabong. I've had it for over 10 years. It's a 4.3. Honestly, I've had no problems, especially for like a 10-year-old wetsuit. It's like my neck's ripped up here a little bit. Seams are all still pretty good. The difference, the telltale thing is like inside the wetsuit, all the seams and stuff, it's like a little rip down here. And overall, it feels, honestly, like the outside of it feels like cardboard. It feels like wet cardboard will be a good description for it. Again, it's a freaking old wetsuit. It's kept me warm. I mean, I don't have any complaints about it. Versus new wetsuit. This is the Monera. What's the back? Monera Seafarer 4.3. So it's the same thickness. Both of them have like your basic stuff, like knee pads. One's just a different color. They both have stitched seams. This one feels like, honestly, it feels like a shark skin. Feels much smoother. This one's also a front zip, which is a little bit harder to get in and out of, but it's definitely not a big deal. And versus the Billabong is a back zip. So, so far this one I can definitely tell a difference in staying warmer. Stayed much drier, even though I was in the water a bunch. And this one I get in the water with this one, I can feel where all the leaks are. That's all the seams. This one obviously is brand new. All right, just following up. So took a minute, flipped them around. You can see like where the glue is missing. So I don't know if there was actually glue up in here, and it's kind of funny because hey, I pee in my wetsuit, so maybe that's why all that glue is gone. I don't know, we'll see. But you can see it's like coming apart in here. Like these are the leaks I was talking about. Yeah, I don't like it would have had that glue on the outside seam. So maybe even not. Maybe peeing your wetsuit just really doesn't matter after like 10 years. So as you can see, it's a Billabong. Let's see if we can find the date on here. No, but I'm not seeing the date. Style number, manufacturer date, 2011. Cool. And that's an old wetsuit. 2011. That's 13 years old. Anyway, the fancy new Monera. It looks like it's got a little bit more different composition. Yeah, outside is 100% nylon, so it's got like 80% nylon, 20% spandex. Versus this one's all 90% neoprene and 10% nylon. You can see how the seams are clean on these as well. So that's that. Again, you can Cardboard, shark skin. Old and crusty cardboard, shark skin. Now, did this feel like the same way 13 years ago? I don't think so. I think I always remember this thing being a little bit on the crunchy side, but that might be why it lasted so long also. So, it'd be fun to come back to this after like 10 years and see if this one's still around. This one's going in the trash. We might throw it in the corner for like historical value. Cool, stay tuned. So today is the follow-up for the wetsuit reviews. Got on my 13-year-old Billabong suit. Similar to like the day after I did the first review on the first wetsuit. So first impressions, feet are a little bit chilly getting into the water. I can feel all the leaks coming through. It's a bit more constrictive, a bit tighter. Had to have somebody else zip up the back of it. Other than that, it feels like I'm wearing a piece of cardboard compared to the other one. Felt like a second skin. So changed the board setup today. Running the 160 Camber Pro, still running the 36 Glide tail, no fuse extender, and a full range battery. So it'll be fun to learn how to ride this again. Alright, so wetsuit update. This is a Billabong wetsuit. And I'm now resetting my timer. No, was not resetting my timer, was turning down my governor speed. Alright, let's try this again. So let's see, turn that back up to 4. Yeah, I'm just putting around. Alright, and getting my trip log, there we go. Hour from the yesterday, 10 miles. Let's reset that. Alright. So I've been out here like me, I literally just left the boat ramp. So I've been out here for a couple minutes. I already feel much wetter. There's a bunch more water in this wetsuit. It's quite itchy. And again, it feels like the best way you can describe it. It just feels like old wet cardboard. But I think I am still, I'm comfortable. I definitely prefer the other wetsuit. I always want new and shiny. But we'll see how the day goes. Alright, so what do y'all think? Comment below. You like the gray wetsuit or the black wetsuit look? Gray or black? Comment below. Like a 12-minute check-in wetsuit. Stayed out of the water, nice and comfortable. Still crunchy cardboard feel. Alright, so wetsuit update. Been riding about 30 minutes. Stopped to change the battery just to run a battery down. And yes, now when I fall in the water, I definitely get a lot of water in the wetsuit. And I'm not going to say I'm cold, but I can feel cold water come in. We'll check what the water temperature is here in a little bit. All right, so what kind of wetsuit you got on?
I don't know. It's a Mystic 3.2. I don't know the model.
Okay, so that's good enough. So a Mystic 3.2 front zip.
Yep.
How long you had it?
About 2 years.
Okay.
Holding strong, no rips, no tears. keeps me really warm.
Okay, and you're in it all the time. You're a kiteboarding instructor.
Yeah.
And so the air temperature today is about 62, 63. I'll say the water temperature is probably about 70 something today. And you say you're comfortable in the water?
Yeah.
Cool. Do you pee in your wetsuit?
Yes, I do pee in my wetsuit.